Sis and tell, a whole lot of talk, about a whole lot of nothing. Amanda does stand up, Alison's on TV, and when they hop on the phone, it's the place you wanna be. Sis and tell.
Hello, Ali. Welcome to season 6 of the Sis and Tell podcast.
Wow, this is right. A whole new season and the same old Amanda. You are Happy New Year. And that was quite the intro. Yes, very excited about season 6 and it coinciding with a whole new year. So happy 2021.
Yes, ready for 2022 already, though, I have to say.
Right. It's been 6 days, 7 days, and that's enough. Let's move on.
I'd like to pay my respects to everyone who decided to stop drinking in January.
What is up with that? Is that a thing, or is that a thing that was created like in the middle of COVID?
No, it's been a thing before. It's like Movember, how everyone grows mustaches in November, except for women who don't really want to grow mustaches. So if you do, power to you, But yeah, it's I think it's a New Year's resolution thing. It's linked into that. It's like, I'm going to eat healthier. I'm going to exercise. I'm not going to drink as much. I'll try and take a break during January. And I'm not saying that drinking is a good solution to help with stress. Like, no, it's not. Of course, it's not healthy. But also, I like a glass of wine. I did not choose dry January, however you pronounce it. I did not do that, by the way.
And I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm going to suggest drinking is a good reliever of stress. So I'm not saying it's a cure-all, but it definitely can help. In fact, I gave up wine or drinking for 2 days in December as a test. I didn't even think about a dry January. And after 2 days, I had to actually start drinking wine to cope with my non-wine drinking. It was that bad. Look, I'm just glad that there's a focus on something other than everybody having to lose weight, because that's going to hit, right? Like, as soon as January 1st hits, every commercial on the television or radio or podcast or Sirius XM, whatever you listen to, right, is all about here's how you get in shape and here's how you lose weight, right? Like, I don't think that's appropriate for right now, because everybody's been stuck indoors and sort of self-quarantined since March or what have you. And I don't think the new year is an appropriate time to push that on us. I think once everybody's immunized and back at it, fine, then run your Jenny Craig commercial. But for now, keep it to yourself.
I agree. Keep it to yourself, or we need more shortcuts than anything, right? Give us more weight loss hacks, right? I don't need to drop eating brownies or wine. I need something else. So I've been watching. Something has happened since season 5 ended and season 6 began.
Which was like 2 weeks ago.
Right.
Let's be clear.
A lot can happen in a few weeks, and that is my new obsession with TikTok, and I blame my kids. Murray said he was going to be my TikTok manager, so I was going to let him make all my decisions about what type of content I'm posting, what I'm posting, and that kind of went out the window once Ruby got involved, and I decided I'm just going to do my own thing. But TikTok is full of all these hacks. There are these women who they bang their wrists together, and they're like, do this 100 times a day, and it'll hasten your metabolism.
What?
So I'm like, but what else am I going to do? So why not bang my wrists together? Also, there's a product that I keep on getting, I'm assuming it's sponsored ads for. It's hard to tell because they use influencers that look like regular people to tell me about it. And it's a product that I've used before. And it is this thing you wear on your stomach, and it basically electrocutes your muscles and makes them twitch.
Didn't you buy this 2 years ago and we talked about this?
Yeah, we've talked about it before, and it wasn't 2 years ago. It was about 20 years ago because we were living in New York, and I love infomercials. I'm a sucker for infomercials, and it was this thing that you strap onto your stomach and it electrocutes your stomach. And Aaron would come home, and I'd be on the bed watching TV with a seltzer bottle and this thing electrocuting my abs. And then I read an article saying it was like burning your internal organs. So I called up the company, and it had been a month or two, and I said, hey, is it possible for me to return this? And they said, we'll just credit your credit card. You can throw it away.
Oh, gosh. That's when
No
you know,
question,
yeah.
yeah, no questions asked. So it's back. It's back, and this time it's through TikTok. So I'm just warning people that it looks like a good life hack, but it's really just,
It's one of
probably.
one of those things that, right, that what's old is new again, right? I would not be surprised if like the Jane Fonda workout videos now come back, you know.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
They
Remember
have to
Typo?
work, yeah. Tybo.
Um, so one of Murray's friends also started TikTok recently, like a month ago, except his first video went viral. And by viral, he's got almost 1 million views on it.
What?
And they get upset because I post. He and his friends talk about my TikTok account. They like make fun of me, right? They're making fun of me and my TikTok account and how many times I post on it, because I guess I post too much. And he only has like 5 videos, his friend, and came over to our house, COVID safe, to do a TikTok video with Murray because he needed help with it. And they did a parody of another TikTok video, and they have like 500,000 views on it. And then because he tagged Murray, Murray now also has all these extra followers and views. And I got really upset because I'm like, why didn't you tag me? I would have like gone in your and maybe this is weird, but I went to his friend. I'm like, well, can we do a TikTok video?
No, you did not.
Yes, I did. And I think me having, and I used Sis and Tell podcast as the handle, right? Which I know we had some words.
Which we
about
have had,
that.
yeah, we have had some issues with because I feel like some of your TikToking is off-brand for Sis and Tell. It's
Okay.
fine for Amanda Marks,
Right.
not fine for the combined branding that we have.
I understand. And you're right. You're right. That's true. But we also we usually get a dip in our downloads when we don't put out new content, which we haven't for like 3 or 4 weeks. And we haven't. It's been on autopilot. And I'm pretty sure it's because of TikTok. We've had people all over the country, not just in India, listening to the podcast.
And to be clear, India's not in our country. So,
Oh, right.
Right.
Indiana is. But not
Indiana
India.
is, yes.
And I say that because India also has been providing a nice new stream of downloads. And hi, India, we love you.
Is it
Email
above
us.
163?
Is what above 163?
Our downloads in India.
Yes. Why? Why'd you pull up 163? What is that?
That's what I thought was the number. I thought we had 163 downloads on one episode about Daddy.
Oh, yes, that. Yeah, I mean, I can pull up all the stats for India. Do you want me to do that right now? I don't think it's that interesting for me to.
No, I just wanted to make sure that it had some forward momentum. We weren't giving them that much credit if it didn't have at least some acceleration after that initial download.
Yeah, the newest popular episode is where I said, "Mommy dressed me up as a prostitute."
Great,
Right? So
right.
we're representing the Jewish community.
Liquor and prostitutes. The first one
of
was
the-
Daddy's liquor
of the
stash,
United
right?
States. They think this is like normal things for Jewish people in the United States who are from Alabama to talk about. So,
Well, I have to admit, I don't even have TikTok. I had it on my phone for about a minute when Arthur had a friend who had a video on TikTok and he wanted me to see it. But then I kept getting all these notifications and I didn't want to follow anything. So I'm not on TikTok and I don't really get TikTok.
I didn't get it
I'm one of
either.
those.
I didn't get it either, and now I can't stop watching it. I'm like, what is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? And then there's like sub channels within it. Like I was watching something and the kids are over my shoulder and they're like, oh, you're stuck on food TikTok. And I was like, what? And then now I'm stuck on baby TikTok. And so all I get is baby videos. I'm like, I'm done with baby TikTok. It's just, it's this whole subculture that I think is the median age is 14. And I'm
No, it's going to be one of those like dystopian stories, like in a book or a movie one day. And by one day, I mean like in the next month, it'll be on Netflix, about people being fed information specifically to, make sure that they're buying certain things or doing certain things. And they're indoctrinated through what are 10-second videos, right?
Well, the issue is with food TikTok is that it's people, of course, obviously talking about food, showing recipes. The maximum amount that it can be is 60 seconds. So I've been alive long enough to know that you're not getting a full recipe in 60 seconds. Oscar
Right.
is not. Poor guy. He tried to follow a recipe and he's like, why did the egg not cook? He's tried to make like this like egg sandwich thing and made like a well in the bread, and it was like completely raw. And I go, because you're missing like 10 steps. So
Right.
poor guy. But anyway.
Well, I have not been TikToking or whatever you call it, but I have been going down a different rabbit hole, and it's back to the getting healthy. So there is something about, and here you go. Here's your PSA for when you turn my age, which is 50 plus at this point, because it's been a good 4 months since I turned 50. But there is something about turning 50 where your hormones and your metabolism go absolutely nuts. And I don't know what this is. And I know it happens at 40 on a limited scale.
Right. That's what I was going to say. You told me that happened at 40 too. Now you're saying it's happening at 50?
Well, now that I start looking back, I feel like it happened to me at 30 also. Let's be clear. I don't know what was going on, but no. 50, there is just, and I've been crowdsourcing with friends of mine, and not even like, hey, does this happen to you? But it's just come up naturally. We all have this thing called belly fat. And let's be clear, I never had such a flat toned, abs of steel stomach before. But I also didn't have, I weigh basically the same, but all of the stuff have shifted.
Like a down comforter.
Yes, my body is like a down comforter. I feel like that's like a new John Mayer song. So yeah, it's like a down comforter, and I don't know. So I know this isn't a new problem. I know it is a traditional or typical 50-year female problem. And you read all this stuff that, I don't know, like hormones and this and that, and the carbs, they are different, and sugars and blah, blah, blah. But I go onto my Kindle, right? Because that's the only way that I can read these days, because I like to make the font as big as possible and still need my reading glasses. Another 50-year-old problem. But I went on there and I had this book from, who knows, years ago called The Belly Fat Cure. I'm like, okay. So I have some resources.
What did it say?
Oh, it's bogus.
You're screwed, right?
Right.
That's what it said.
The guy's like, here's basically what I eat in a day. And he's like, starts off with the biggest breakfast you can imagine, 3 sunny side up eggs. And
So
sunny
the guy, wait, rewind.
Yeah, right.
The
First
guy,
of all,
if
the
I
guy.
say, if they were able to find the cure for belly fat, they would have cured baldness too. Okay.
Exactly.
And neither of those have gone away.
The book, to be fair, I don't know how old the book is. It's probably 10, 20 years old. And the guy, it's like a little bit of information and a lot of testimonials. So it's sort of like, okay, you doth protest too much, you doth support too much. It's all these people. And I am a sucker before and after photos too. So I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, they lost 17 pounds. And some of it's like, oh, you'll lose 4 to 9 pounds in a week, which we all know is neither possible nor healthy. So
only if you're a dude. The dudes have it much.
If you're a dude,
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, Alan drinks chocolate milk. Look, he works out like a fiend. He has a great body. He always is talking about I should probably cut out sugar. He eats like half a gallon of M&Ms a day and half a gallon of milk, and I don't know. Anyway, so the day he goes, well, I'm going to start giving up sugar. I'm like, no, you can't. He's like, why? I was like, because honestly, the bigger you are, the smaller I look. That's just, I know that's selfish, but
eat no fat.
Exactly. But he looks great, and I'm fine with how I look, but I think it's like that constant. If I just lost, 8 or 10 pounds, I've said that forever though, right? If I just lost 5 pounds, okay, I'll be fine. If I lost 10 pounds, ooh, that would be awesome. So every so often I go on these, I don't want to say crazy diet, but eating regimens. So this week, what is it? 3 for breakfast. 3, I've already stopped doing this, by the way. It took me 3 days to realize breakfast was too many calories. It was 3 sunny side ups, and they claim that sunny side, which I never eat sunny side, I always eat over easy or over medium, but that the yolk raw is better for you, and that's why you should eat sunny side up. Fine. 2 pieces of toast. To me, that's a little bit luxurious, right? Nobody eats 2 pieces of toast in the morning if you're not living in 1950.
What am I, royalty?
Exactly. And get this, butter. No, I don't think so, really. Who's eating butter? So anyway, I started with that. Yes, and I have switched to some butter. and instead of using Pam and all those sprays because they were ruining my pans. But anyway, I've quickly switched to like egg whites and my veggies, which is what I normally eat, right? A couple pieces of turkey bacon. I'm trying to drink more water. The water is the hardest thing. I know that's one of the things, but to
Put a
drink,
straw in it. That's the secret. You'll drink more if you put a straw in it.
but how do you avoid going to the bathroom every 10 minutes?
You can't. That's the issue.
It's so hard.
I've had pee anxiety ever since COVID started, and it's that panicky feeling that I'm going to be somewhere where I'm not allowed to use the bathroom and I have to pee. So I go like 3 times right before I go. And I've been like dehydrating myself too, which is not good because I'm not like a piece of fruit.
Yeah.
But I have a hard time drinking water. Rachel Silverman's super good. She has a bottle with her all the time, but then you have to pee all the time.
I know. Well, look, so on my desk, look, I've got my bottled water, or it's not bottled water, it's my water in a bottle.
Yeah.
A reusable bottle, and I try, and I know exactly, like, I know what holds 16 ounces, and if I drink 4 of those, that's basically 8 glasses. I get the first 2 down pretty quickly, and then the rest of the day, I'm like, I don't really feel like that. It's hard. Water is hard.
I like water, too. I tend to chug it. I do it in chugs.
Do you ever have pee dreams, like
Yes.
at night?
I do. I have dreams where I'm like, it's awful. Right?
It's awful.
One is like this dream where I can't find a toilet, which is just like real life. And then I have another one where I have to pee in a toilet that has no privacy. And that's awful.
But here's the question. Once you do, or if you do find a toilet in your dream, do you actually go to the bathroom in your dream?
I have, and then I panic and I'm like wake myself up so I can go pee for real because I'm worried I'm going to go pee in the bed.
Yeah, I think
I've
that's...
never peed.
No.
I've never peed in the bed. I just
No, neither have I. But here's my other fear. I'm looking ahead at 60, and I'm wondering, like right now, I have the pee dream at 50, right? Where it's like, and it's same as you, right? There was one, and I can still remember them, where I'm like going through this mansion, and like part of it's like on fire, and then I'm trying to find, all I need to do is find a bathroom. I have to pee. I have to pee, and the mansion's on fire, and I can't find a bathroom. And I never find a bathroom. And then even if at times I do find a bathroom, I can't pee in the dream. And I know I've convinced myself at this point, maybe I guess it's true, that it's my subconscious knowing if you pee in your dream, you're going to pee the bed. So it's preventing me from peeing in the bed. I'm afraid when I turn 60, my subconscious is just going to be like, who cares? Just pee. And then I'm going to have to start wearing like Depends. And I'm going to have to get the really big Depends to fit over my belly fat. It's going to be terrible.
So what you're saying is that at age 50, it's the belly fat worry. At age 60, it's the peeing in the bed.
Yeah. And here's I'm thinking, maybe the belly fat is pressing on my bladder that's just making me have to pee more. So maybe that's really the solution. If I keep drinking water and lose the belly fat, then I won't have to pee as much because I won't have anything pressing down on me.
So it's like when you're pregnant and the baby was sitting on your bladder, except it's a food baby.
That's exactly.
Sitting on your bladder.
This is all just, theory. I have nothing to back this up. But.
Oh, really? You're not an expert in this?
No. Well, because, look, we all know that 80% of your weight is based on what you eat. And I've been running, literally, I have run so much during COVID because I still have not returned to my Orange Theory studio, although I have hope that in 2021 that will happen. But I do, I'm running 3 miles a day, which is not a ton, but, for me, it's good. And I'm still like, then I worry if I wasn't running, my belly would really be pretty fat. So anyway, all this to say, stop with the Jenny Craig's ads. This is self-induced. I've already got my own like Kindle bookshelf full of opportunities for me to lose weight unhealthily. I don't need anybody else putting it on TV for me.
I have a 6-pack of Billy Banks, Tybo VHS tapes waiting for you. You just need to get a TV VCR combo and you've got yourself a new workout.
I know. I still do have the stair stepper. Was that Jane Fonda? We were talking about Jane Fonda before, but had the VHS with the stair stepper. Those stair steppers, they're never going to break. Those are solid plastic.
You know who should be on TikTok is Richard Simmons. He should be on TikTok.
Okay, did you watch or listen to that Richard Simmons podcast?
No.
Oh my gosh. Well, it's years old at this point, but I believe the name of it is Missing Richard Simmons. And it's all about this guy who's trying to find him because he disappeared, but intentionally. I think he intentionally just backed out of the fitness spotlight and the global spotlight, but he was and still is, I dare say, beloved by millions. And Dancing to the Oldies. Do you remember Dancing to the Oldies?
Of course, sweating to the
oldies.
Who's
Yes,
the bigger Richard Simmons fan now?
Oh my gosh, I loved him. And I think it was just, maintaining that persona and that level of like enthusiasm and energy and engagement. And he was still running his own fitness courses out in California, right? Like that, all these women would show up and take his course and felt like they knew him and were, personal friends with him. And he was so encouraging. And I think it was just too much. I think he had to just focus on his own health and sanity.
He has an official Facebook page, and a day ago it was being posted on. That being said, who knows if it's actually him, but he's reposting old Sweatin' to the Oldies videos.
Well, look at that.
So, and he's got a website, richardsimmons.com. He really needs to be on TikTok. It'd be fun to get it'd be so easy for him to do it. He's so adorable. I think maybe he's passed this on to someone to manage for him, though.
Well, haven't all celebrities done that?
Right. I know not all celebrities. That's why people love socials, because you can interact with the actual celebrity. It just depends on which.
How do you know it's the actual celebrity, though? Really?
Well, you can tell, especially on TikTok, because they're doing it's not.
Oh, if it's the video, right? But
right.
Twitter, you can't tell.
No, you can't. Right? No. Well, I have to say, Bette Midler's definitely doing her own tweeting. Like, people get very conversational, right? When someone's just sharing a post about something promotional, it's probably not them.
Right.
Well, speaking of Sweatin' to the Oldies and Jane Fonda and other workout routines that are from the 80s, I feel like our eating habits have gone back to the 80s because of convenience. I have turned into the worst cook in the kitchen because I'm always cooking, and I got this air fryer, so I'm like, what can I air fry that's quick and easy? And of course, it's frozen food. And I know there's a lot more choices now, but I ended up making taquitos for Ruby the other day, and I justified it by putting it into a mason jar.
So there was a delightful presentation with them.
Yes. I was like, I'm going to put these in a mason jar and it'll make me feel better.
I'm telling you, though, those edamame-filled vegetarian spring rolls at Costco, which I also put in the air fryer, they are amazing.
They're good.
They are amazing.
Yeah. I have those too. Yeah.
All right. By the way, Levi had a friend over this week. His one friend of COVID. Maybe he has two. And I said something like, "Well, boys, if you need me to do something, let me know. And I've got my air fryer too." For some reason I mentioned it for one of the eating options. So as I'm walking up the stairs from the basement, I hear his friend go, "Dude, what's up with white moms and their air fryers?" He's like, "They're just obsessed." I'm like, is it a thing? I guess so. I am obsessed. And I'll tell you, I've said this before, fish in the air fryer is delicious. So I've moved on from salmon. I've been doing my salmon in the air fryer. But tilapia, which I rarely cook, but we made fish tacos the other night, and I just sprayed it with a little cooking spray, threw some kosher salt. You can also use pepper, but my family doesn't eat pepper. And I put it in there. It's crispy on the outside and moist on the inside. I swear, I could be one of those Ronco commercials.
Ronco? What's Ronco?
The set it and forget it.
Yes.
The infomercials. Yeah. Yeah.
It is like a set it and forget it. And we got the extra large air fryer, and ours came with a rotating basket.
Which yours must be gigantic if it comes with a rotating basket.
I feel like it's as big as yours. It's just a little taller. But anyways, I was like, I'm going to air fry popcorn. So I put popcorn kernels in it, and guess what?
It didn't
work.
Oh,
no,
what? Wait.
It didn't work.
But that's you can air pop microwave popcorn.
It didn't work. It did not work. It
That
popped
is
like a
very
few kernels.
interesting.
I don't think it got hot enough, right? My air fryer only goes up to 400. So maybe if
So
it went
does
up to,
mine. Yeah.
maybe if it went higher than that. But I feel like it's a hot 400. It's like not, it's hotter than 400,
But
you
I
know?
wonder if you have to put it in some sort of container in there, right?
Right.
Like that contains the kernels, so contains the heat. Because if you think about it, even if you cook it in the microwave, it's in a bag. And if you cook it on the stovetop, you have a lid on it. So there's contained heat, pressurized heat.
But it's the size, it's smaller than a pot, right? It should work.
Yeah.
I was very upset. I was
Oh,
like, this should work and it should be delicious.
Yeah, that is quite the mystery. I would have said you made a bounty of popcorn and it was amazing.
I didn't even get the satisfaction of like 10 popcorn kernels going off at the same time. So it was disappointing.
And that is
Anyway,
quite satisfying. There's nothing more satisfying than those first few kernels popping in the microwave, except for popping old-fashioned bubble wrap, I will say. That's
oh,
also satisfying.
oh
I
yes.
guess both because both are popping. Yeah.
There's a TikTok channel for that.
Oh gosh, you are not going to bring me down your evil Tic Tac rabbit hole.
It's TikTok, not Tic Tac. Tic Tacs are candy. TikTok
TikTok,
is social
whatever it's
network.
called. I do love Tic Tacs, but I'm not going to TikTok. I'm just not doing it. It's like I'm not getting one more streaming service on my iPad or on my Roku because right now I can't even keep track of how many things I'm like associated with. Netflix and Hulu and Prime I don't have Peacock, but now Peacock's a thing. There's like all these things, and I still have cable. I'm like living in the dark ages and the new ages all at the same time, and I'm paying for it.
Look, I said the same thing, but in regards to I can't deal with another social network because then I feel like I have to promote myself on something else. But then I came across cow TikTok. There's a guy who rescues cows and he's adorable and he snuggles with the cows and the cows are like dogs and they're so cute and they all have names and backstories like a comic book character, except they don't have superpowers. But they do, and it's being adorable.
So if all of these TikToks have themes, what's going to be the theme of yours?
I have no my theme is let's see what sticks.
Just throw a bunch of stuff out there.
So Milo my dog was very popular. I did a tiny bite challenge, which is where I took a pretzel and I was like, take a tiny bite. And Milo he does like these little tiny tastes. He's so gentle. And then I did the same thing with Kabu and she ate my hand, literally.
Of course, yeah.
And she's so aggressive with food and
That's funny. Did you put
the
that as a
taste of-
TikTok? I would watch
I
that
did.
TikTok.
I did
Okay,
put that
I'll have to
on
go
TikTok.
search that.
So I can send you, I'll just send you the link. You don't even have to search it. But yeah, I'm trying to do original stuff and not just copy what someone else did. But I don't want my dogs to go viral and not me. I want it to be about me. So I'm working on it. Okay. I'm working on it. I'm taking an outdoor hip hop class. I'm hoping that upgrades my ability to do TikTok dances. And, we'll see where it goes. I'll report back in next week.
All right. I'm just going to suggest though, if you had a niche, then I think it would serve you better, right? Because you're following people. I mean, you're following
Right.
people because they're personalities and they're famous. That's one category, right? And then you're following people because I don't know, they hug cows or.
It's not. Wait. Let me take a step back and say there's two different pages that you can follow, two different streams of content. One is the people you follow. Most people are on the For You page, which is you just get content delivered to you, so you don't know what it's going to be. And you can get on these streams, like if you start liking certain videos, then you will get videos in those category. There's an algorithm, so you'll get like the makeup artist videos, right? So that's most people are on the For You page, which is not about the people following you. But back to the niche, a friend of yours who we have in common, Rich Aronovich, who is a comedian.
Yeah, love Rich.
He has a TikTok channel, right? It would be enough if it was just funny videos, because that's its own category, right? But all of his videos are the same, and it's him wearing, and he is a dad bod. I'm just going to go and put that out there. He is a hairy dad bod, and and he's got a hair like mine, right? He's got like he looks like Joe Cocker, right?
You're doing a great, this is a great description of him. Spot on.
All he does in his videos is he wears leggings that usually are sold to women and puts on like a sparkly bikini top, and he dances for 60 seconds. And that's every single video. So that's as niche as he gets. And he is viral on TikTok. In fact, he danced to, I'm thinking, I think he danced to like Supersonic, and JJ Fad found him and you can do this thing where you do a split screen where it shows your reaction to watching a video. So she posted a reaction of her watching his video, and then he posted his reaction to her reaction to the video.
All right, so you may have hit it on the head. I may have to go to TikTok just to go catch up with Rich Aronovich, because I haven't seen him in 11 years or so. So glad he's doing well in the TikTok world.
Burning Cal, that's his workout routine. You know what? There used to be sweating to the oldies, and now I think Rich had started. It's the new Richard Simmons. It's Rich Aronovich.
That's
right?
It. Yeah.
You could go do those dances with him and burn calories, just like little 60-second mini workouts.
After I buy dinner.
Well, thanks for listening to the first episode of season 6 of Sis and Tell. There's so much for you to catch up on, and don't worry, it's not an episodic. None of these episodes make sense, so you can listen to them out of order. Just go catch up on some sisters.
As always, this has been Amanda and Alison with a whole lot of talk about a whole lot of nothing. We'll catch you next time.